Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We got the 1961 New York Yankees on August 11th, traveling down I-95 to take on the Washington Senators. And the starting lineup for today's game for the New York Yankees, leading off playing second base, Bobby Richardson. Batting second, playing shortstops, Tony Kubek. Batting third, playing right field's Roger Maris. Batting fourth, playing center field's Mickey Mantle. Batting fifth, playing first base is Bill Skowron. Batting sixth, playing left field, Yogi Berra. Batting seventh and doing the catching is Elston Howard. Batting eighth, playing third base is Clint Boyer. And batting ninth on the mound for the New York Yankees is Ralph Terry. Now let's take a look at the Washington Senators starting lineup. Hometown Senators got leading off playing left field, Chuck Hilton. Batting second, playing third base, Danny O'Connell. Batting third, playing first base is Bud Zipfield. Batting fourth, playing right field is Gene Woodland. Batting fifth, playing center field is Marty Koo. Batting sixth, playing shortstop is Bob Johnson. Batting seventh, playing second base is Chuck Halter. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Pete Daly. And batting ninth, doing the pitching for the Washington Senators is Joe McCLAIN. Let's get down here to Griffith Stadium and get this game started, folks. And Bernard's in the channel. Hey, Bernard, check out Bernard Strong's sports replays guy going 1914 Boston Red Sox. And he's going to show me how to add some games to OTP 24 here, folks, that if the game didn't schedule them here later on the day, he said. So I appreciate that, Bernard. So we got leading off for the New York Yankees is Bobby Richardson, batting .255, and he's been swinging a hot bat, folks. Let's see if he can get on here, start this game. And that's going to be a single in the left field. Nice piece of hitting by Bobby. Like I say, he's hot. He's raised that batting average up to .255, and he's aboard with a single. That'll bring up Tony Kubek here. Tony's hitting .281 on the year. Let's see if Tony can do something here with Bobby down at first. And he's going to get a hold of this one, folks. Squares it up, and he drives that ball into the gap in right field. And that's going to score Bobby Richardson. And just like that, the Yankees are up 1-0, folks, on an RBI double by Kubek. And here comes the M&M boys, and still nobody out. We got Roger Maris up now hitting .263 on the year with his 46 home runs and his 92 RBIs. And that ball is deep in the left field, bounces off the wall. Roger just missed his 47th home run of the year, folks. But that will score Kubek, and it is 2-0. And McCLAIN is getting beat around here in the first, folks. That brings up the Mick, batting .292 with 33 home runs and 101 RBIs. See if the Mick can keep this hit parade going, folks. And no, that's not going to do it. That's going to be a ground ball down the third. And they're going to look the runner back to second. And that'll be the first out, folks, of the game. Roger's still down at second for the Moose. Here comes Skowron up now, batting .289, 33 home runs himself, and 106 RBIs for the Moose. And that ball is banged. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is gone, folks. Moose Skowron, like I keep saying, he, in my opinion, Roger has the 46 home runs, but Moose is, I think, the MVP of the Yankees this year. So he's coming up more big hits than anybody on this team. Of course, his 108th RBI of the year. Sure, he is producing. And that brings up Yogi Berra, and it's a 4-0 game before you could even get in your seats, folks. Yogi's batting .314 on the year, 21 home runs and 58 RBIs. All righty, here's the pitch to Yogi. And sure, the Senators can't get out of their own way, folks. That ball is hit in the left field, and hitting just misplays that miserably. And that's going to be a 2-base error. And Yogi's going to be standing down at second and only 1 out. So McCLAIN can't pitch well, and then when he does, his defense just let him down there. Brings up Elston Howard hitting .321 on the year, 11 home runs and 47 RBIs. See if Howard can drive in Berra. And that's going to be a single into center, and that is going to score Yogi, and it is 5-0, folks. Sure. They go out and talk to McCLAIN. They sure don't want to burn up the bullpen this early in the game, but it is 5-0 and only 1 out. Clint Boyer hitting .246 on the year. He had a heck of a game his last game with 10 home runs now and 45 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field, and Howard's going to hold it first. So now there's 2 outs. And up comes Ralph Terry. So the Yankees have sent 9 men to the plate, folks. And Ralph is not a bad hitting pitcher. He's hitting $186 on the year, folks. Let's see if he can do something here. Here's the pitch to Ralph. And now that's going to be a fly ball hit, and finally makes 2 decent plays in a row. And that'll be it for the Yankees. But they score 5 before the Senators even get in a bat. We're at the top of the lineup, hitting O'Connell and Zipfield up here for the Senators. Chuck's only batting $193 on the year, folks. Here's the pitch to Chuck. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1 against Ralph. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. So Terry, with a 5-run lead, gives up a leadoff single. Better than walking them, I guess. Make them earn it. And that'll bring up Danny O'Connell. Danny's batting .289 on the year. Yankees looking to turn 2 here. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Mick. And there's plenty of room out there in center field at Griffith Stadium, and that'll be 1 out. Bring up Bud Zipfield now. And Bud's batting .205 on the year. And that's going to be a pick off. Nice job by Ralph Terry. He picks off, hitting at first. Now there's 2 outs, folks, for Zipfield. And here's the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Boyer. Easy play. And that is it for the Senators. They get a lead-off single, but he gets picked off at first, and we're to the top of the second with the Yankees with a 5-run lead, and we're back to the top of the order already for the Yanks. Richardson, Quebec, and Mantle. Of course, Bobby singled his first time up, and that's going to be a ground ball down the third. O'Connell's got it. He fires over the first for out number 1. Here comes Mr. Quebec. Tony with that double and an RBI his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Gene Woodling's back there. He makes the catch short of the track. And that'll be 2 up and 2 down. Big difference than the first. Here comes Roger Maris, who doubled his first time up. And that's going to be popped up straight up the chute. And that'll be out number 3. So the Yankees go down in order here in the second. We go to the bottom of the second. We got Woodland, Q, and Johnson due up here for the Senators. Gene Woodling's batting .255 on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Tony Quebec. Easy play for Tony over to Scourin. And that'll be 1 up, 1 down. Here comes Marty. And Marty's batting .266 on the year. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And Mick's got that all day and all night for 2 down. That brings up Rocky Johnson. And Rocky's batting .246 on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Boyer. So a 1-2-3 inning for the Senators. And we go to the top of the third. We got Mantle, Scourin, and Barra due up here in the third. Mick's 0 for 1, grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. So Mick's aboard here in the third. Lead-off single. And that brings up the Moose, who homered his first time up, folks. Now with 108 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. The only play is going to be over to first. So Mick will make it down the second with 1 out. That brings up Yogi Berra now with a runner in scoring position. And Yogi's 0 for 1, reached on an error his first time up. Hey, Tim. Hey, Hunter. Yeah, Hunter, I'm off until November 18th. I work the weekend, and then I'm off again until Thanksgiving, and then off again until December 12th. So I work like 3 days out of like 50. Yeah. Here's the pitch to Yogi. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field, and that'll score Mick. Yogi Berra comes through, and Mick, with his speed, scores easily from second, and it's 6-0, folks. Before you blink, this game's gotten out of hand. Alston Howard's up. He singled with an RBI his first time. Oh, not a problem, buddy. Yep. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3 for Howard. So that's 2 down now for Clint Boyer. See if Clint can do something with Yogi down at first. He flew out the hitting his first time up. And not this time, folks. That's going to be a base hit in the center field. They're just driving the ball right back up the middle, folks. And with 2 outs, Yogi off with the crack of the bat. He's going to make it down the third. So we got first and third, 2 outs for Ralph Terry. Can he help his own cause, folks? Because you know on this channel, we don't need no stinking DH. He flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Johnson up with it. And he'll go to short way over to second. And that'll end the inning, but the Yankees score 1 on the RBI by Yogi and lead this game 6-0. So we go to the bottom of the third. Coulter, Daly, and McCLAIN due up. We'll see what they do with McCLAIN here. They don't got much of a bullpen. The Senators don't. So we'll see if they take old McCLAIN out here in the third. Chuck's batting .214 on the year. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field just down to the reach of Quebec. And again, the Senators get the lead-off runner aboard. That brings up Pete Daly. And Pete's only hitting a .184, folks. And that might be what the doctor ordered here, folks. That ball is hit down the second. Bobby's up with it. He fires over to the Quebec. He fires over to Moose, but Daly, it's just too slow of a roller. He beats the throw. It brings up McCLAIN now with Daly down at first. McCLAIN's batting .318 on the year, folks. We're going to let him swing away. Like I say, he's got 1 home run on the year, 5 RBI. So we're going to let Jim hit here, or Joe rather. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound, I think. Yep, ground ball back to the mound. And Ralph's going to go over to first with it. So there'll be a runner down at second with 2 outs for the top of the order. And Chuck Hitton, who has a single today, folks. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Mick makes the catch. And they strand a runner down at second. We go to the top of the fourth. We got the top of the order due up here again for the Yankees. Richardson, Quebec, and Maris against McCLAIN. Bobby's having a good day. 1 for 2 he scored. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. The Yankees keep the hit parade up. So there's Bobby standing down at first again for Quebec. See if Tony can do something here. He's doubled, got an RBI and scored. Flew out the right field his last time up though. And that's going to be a ground ball down to third. Can they go around the horn with it? O'Connell over to Coulter, and that'll be it, folks. So they get Bobby at second, but Tony's down at first now for Roger. Roger with a double and an RBI and scored. And here comes some poor defense. And that ball is hit in the center field, and Marty screws the pooch up out there. And Tony's going to end up down at third on that error, folks. So we got first and third, and only one out for Mickey Mantle. See if I did that right and got Tony down to third. No. Okay, we'll have to redo that. Only got him down to second. I'm a correctional officer. I'm Bernie. Yeah, I work at a prison for the state of Maryland. I'm a lieutenant. We don't get overtime. I get comp time is how I'm able to take off so much. So an E8. And let's see if that gets him down to third, first and third for Mick. Yeah, that gets Q back down to third with Mick up. Yeah, I got 26 years in, Bernie. We can retire at 20, but the pension I can't live off of, so I'll probably be down there until I turn 62. So I try to take off as much as I can. Here's Mick. He's 1 for 2. He scored. And let's see if Mick can drive in some runs here, folks. And no, that's a big swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs now with Quebec down at third, Maris at first for the Moose. And the Moose is 1 for 2 with that 2-run homer, folks. And that's going to be a... We're not doing no double steal, that's for sure. I mean, sounds good, but we're not doing no double steal. And that's going to be a ground ball down to second. Chuck's up with it. He tosses it over the Bob Johnson at second. And that'll end the inning. And the Yankees strand too, folks. Yeah, and it's getting worse, Bernie, with all these crazy laws and stuff. But the pay's not bad. The benefits are good. And I'm 54 years, well, going to be 54 years old in November. I'm not going nowhere and work for a living like I used to, do manual labor at my age. So I'm stuck there, and it's not that bad. Once I get there, it's just getting up in the morning and getting there. I got good people working for me, which helps out a lot. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. O'Connell, Zipfield, and Woodley due up here for the Senators. And let's see, O'Connell's 0 for 1. He flew out to Mick his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. Terry's first walk of the game. And that brings up Mr. Zipfield, who's 0 for 1. He's grounded out to Boyer his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. So Terry with his first walk and now his first strikeout. One down here brings up Gene Woodling. Gene grounded out the short his first time up. And that's going to be an infield hit, folks. Beats that ball into the ground. Even though he's not very fleet of foot, Boyer with a 6-run lead isn't going to try to throw that ball and maybe throw it into the outfield. So it's first and second for Marty Q, who has had an error here today. So he's trying to make up for that. He flew out to Mick. Here's the pitch to Marty. And that's going to be a pop up on the infield. Infield fly rules in effect. Quebec, yeah, Quebec, sure, makes it official, catches it for out number 2. That brings up Bob Johnson, and he is 0 for 1, grounded out to Boyer. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Sorry, down the short. Easy play for Tony. He tosses it over to Bobby at second the short way. And that's it for the Senators. They strand 2, and we go to the top of the 5th. The Yankees still with that big 6-run lead. We got Barra, Howard, and Boyer due up here for the Yanks. Yogi 1 for 2 with an RBI and scored. Reached on an error his other time up. That's going to be a fly ball out to Gene. That'll be an easy catch. Hey, Legends, how are you, bud? Are you and Bernie going to do some games today, Legends and Bernie? Here's Howard, 1 for 2 with an RBI. Struck out his last time up. And not this time, folks. He drives that ball down the first baseline. Gene can't get to it. It rolls to the wall. And just like that, Howard standing down at second with a double and 1 out here for Clint Boyer. Well, Clint's 1 for 2 today. Let's see if he can drive in Howard. Cool. Sounds good, Legends. Do you know who's playing, bud? Here's the pitch to Boyer. And that's going to be a base on balls. He walks Clint. So we got first and second now for Mr. Ralph Terry. Ralph's 0 for 2. Flew out the left and reached on a fielder's choice. Let's see if he can drive in a run here. No, that's a big swing and a miss. That's 2 outs now. And that brings up Bobby Richardson, who's got a hot bat, folks. To say he's 2 for 3 today. He's gotten that batting average up to 258 now. He singled, grounded out the third, and singled again in the fourth. And not this time, folks. That ball is hit down the short. And Johnson's got it, tosses it over the second, and that'll end the threat. Yankees again leave 2 on. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 6-0. How about you, Bernie? You doing a game again today? I know you said the cold's been kicking you in the butt. I know you said you would show me how to do some. Not sure yet. Cool. Next broadcast Friday. Hopefully you feel better by then. We got Coulter, Daly, and McCLAIN up. We'll probably have a pitch hitter for McCLAIN this time. Here's Coulter's 1 for 1. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Rogers got that one with no problem. 1 out. And Mr. Daly's up now. Pete's 0 for 1, reached on a fielder's choice. And that's going to be a pop-up on the infield. Tony says he's got it. Out in the grass in left field. Makes the catch for out number 2. I think that's going to be it for McCLAIN. Let's see who they're going to come in here. The pitch hit. I think Billy Gloss is going to come out here and pitch hit. Cool. Sounds good, Legends. Going to have Marty Kloss come out to pitch hit. Let's see who they're going to have. No. Where's Billy at? There's Billy. And there is no lefties in the bullpen for the Senators, so we'll have to take a look and see what righty they want to bring in the game. Billy's hitting a $198 on the year, folks. Here's the pitch from Ralph. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Roger catches it. And that'll end the inning, folks. We're going to the 6th inning. The Yankees up by 6. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch for the Senators. Since this is the first game of the series, I don't know how they've been using their bullpen. So we'll take a look here and see who has the most rest. See here, we might go with Johnny. That's who we're going to go with. Here's Johnny Klespin. It's going to be coming out the pitch here. It's been a while since he's pitched. And like I say, he'll be facing Quebec, then Maris, and then Mick. All from the left side. And Tony's 1 for 3 with that RBI double. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. The Yankees are loving Griffith Stadium here today. And that brings up Mr. Maris. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI double. Here's the pitch to Roger. And that's going to be an infield hit. Roger beats the ball down the third base, outruns it, and we got first and second for Mick, folks. And Johnny sure doesn't seem to be the answer for the Senators. Here comes Mick, 1 for 3 today. Let's see if he can blast one here. It's been a while since Mick's hit a home run. They're not going to give him a chance, folks. That's a base on balls. That fills the bases. Ducks on every pond for Mr. Scowron, who's 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer. Here's the pitch to Moose. Nowhere to put him. And that ball is blasted, folks. That ball is hit off the wall in right field. That's going to score everybody. And it is now a 9-0 game. Jeez, you Pete's. Moose with 3 more RBIs on the day. Like I say, the Moose is on the loose. He is something this year, folks. In this replay, oh, we didn't score Mick from first. Got to go back and fix that. Got to go back and fix that. And there, that scores the Moose. So now we got Bear up. Oh, I bet it is, Legends. Yep, was putting in all the stats, faces. I bet. Here's Yogi's 1 for 3 with an RBI. We got Moose out there waiting to score. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field, and the Moose is going to stay put. That'll be out number 1 here in the 6th. Mr. Howard's up now. Elston's batting .325 on the year, folks, and he's having a heck of a game. 2 for 3, a double, single, and an RBI. And he's not done yet, folks. That ball is hit in the right field, and that's going to have Moose stop at third. A 9-run lead. He's not going to chance it. So we got first and third for Mr. Boyer. Clint Boyer's up now, having a good game. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. Here's the pitch to Boyer. And that's going to be another base on balls again, filling the bases up. Darn, 4 to 5 hours to do one team. So here it is. The bases are juiced for Ralph Terry. Can he help his own cause, folks? And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And can they turn 2, folks? No, they can't. He fires home and gets the Moose at home plate. So now there's 2 outs for Bobby Richardson. Bobby is having one whale of a game, 2 for 4. See if he can get some more hits here, folks. No, this will end the inning again. Another ground ball back to the mound. This time Johnny will throw it over to first, get the Shore out, and that'll end the inning. But the Yankees score 3 on Skowron's 3 RBI double, folks. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 9-0. Got the top of the order due up here for the Senators, Hilton, O'Connell, and Zipfield. Here's the pitch to Chuck, 1 for 2. Single that flew out to center. That's going to be a base on ball. It's not what you want to see. It's only the second walk by Ralph. So Chuck's on board here. Danny O'Connell's up, old Danny boy. And he's 0 for 1 with a walk. He walked his last time up. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Danny. Terry all of a sudden having problems finding the strike zone. But he comes back to strike out O'Connell. So that's his second strikeout of the game. So he's walked 2, struck out 2 so far. Brings up Zipfield. Yankees looking for a ground ball double play out of Zipfield. He don't have much speed. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Roger near the line makes the catch for out number 2. I bet it is. Yeah, with baseball, it's not as bad. Yeah, football with all the pads and got to decide which ones you're going to use. I bet. Especially back in the 70s. They wore everything back in. Hip pads, thigh pads, knee pads, you name it. Alrighty, here's Gene Woodland, 1 for 2. Grounded out to short his other time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field, and that'll do it, folks. So the leadoff single doesn't go nowhere. And we go to the top of the 7th. It's 9-0 New York. We got Quebec, Maris, and Mano up again. As the Yankees batted, had 9 men come to the plate the last inning. Again, Tony's 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI. And he's not done yet, folks. That's a single in the left field, in the center field, rather. And Tony's aboard for the M&M boys. Let's see what Roger can do. He's having a good game here, folks. 2 for 4 with a double. And he's going to single in the center field. Back-to-back singles, again, with a 9-run lead. Tony's not going nowhere. He's going to stop at second. He don't want to get thrown out with the Mick coming up in a 9-run game. So it's first and second for the Mick. He's 1 for 3. He scored twice. Doesn't have an RBI. I bet you. That's not surprising, is it? Everything is hard. They want to make everything difficult, it seems like, nowadays. So Mick's 1 for 3. Can he drive in a run here today? And he sure can, because that ball is high, that ball is far, and that ball is long gone, folks. That is his 34th home run of the year and his 97th RBI. And Mick's starting to come out of the slump, folks. Bang! And it is 12-0. And Gillespie's going to have to stay in the game here, folks. They don't want to burn this bullpen up, I don't think. Game number 1 of this series. So that brings up the Moose, who's 2 for 4 with a double, a home run, and 5 RBIs on the game. Here comes Skowron. And that's going to be a base on balls. I can't really blame him for that, sure. So Moose is standing down at first rather. Here's Yogi up now. He's 1 for 4 with an RBI. And he's going to be 2 for 5 because that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Again, Yankees playing station to station here, folks. Scourin's not going to go nowhere with a 12-run lead. So it's first and second for the Yanks. And Mr. Howard's up now, 3 for 4 with an RBI and a double. And that's going to be a base on balls, and they might have to go get Johnny. This might be it for Johnny. Let's see here. Can they do a double switch here? That's what they might do. Woodling was the last out. I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to bring in Tasby to play out there in right field. And let's see who they're going to bring in the pitch. Do the old double switch. Yeah, exactly, Legends. Yep, I believe that. Yeah, you would think that's a big company like that would beta test and then have people tell them what needs changed in it. Yeah, exactly. You talked about that before, and they got it in the game. I could see if it wasn't in the game. So they telling you it's not feasible. But yeah, when you have dome stadiums and you got artificial turf with just the bases cut out, why can't you be able to create it like that if they've already got it in the game? So let's see here. Does Tasby play right field? That's the first question. Tasby does play right field. So Tasby's going to come in. He's going to bat in the 9th spot. Play left field. And go back to the bullpen and see who we're going to bring in to bat in the 4th hole. So Tasby's coming in the game. And let's see here. Who do they want to bring in the pitch? I could say they got nothing but righties in the bullpen. Let's see here. When was the last time Ed pitched? That's who's coming in. Hardball is going to come in. He's going to bat in the 4th hole for Gene Woodland. Okay, and Tasby's going to go to right field. And that should take care of the double switch. And we're ready to go now, folks. Sorry about that. Takes a little bit of time to do this on the computer. So with nobody out, bases loaded, Ed comes in. He'll be facing Boyer here. Boyer's 1 for 2 with 2 walks. Let's see what happens here, folks. And he gets a big swing and a miss. Strike 3. Nice job by Ed. That's a big first out here in the 7th. Brings up Ralph Terry. Let's see if Ralph can get an RBI here, folks. He's 0 for 4. And he's not 0 for 4 anymore. That's going to be a single through short. And Bear's going to score from second. And Howard's going to stop at second. So that's a 2 RBI single for Ralph Terry, folks. How about that? Everybody gets a hit today. I think that was the last Yankee that needed a hit. So now we got first and second, 1 out for Mr. Bobby Richardson. And it is 14-0. What a shellacking. Bobby's 2 for 5 today, folks. He doesn't have an RBI. Let's see if he can add that to his stats here. And that's going to be a pass ball, I believe. Yes, it is. That's a pass ball. The ball gets away from Daly. He's unable to stop it. So now we got second and third and 1 out. And with a 14-run deficit, the Senators are just trying to get out of this game, folks. So they're playing the infield back. And it doesn't matter because Bobby is smoking hot. And that is going to be a RBI single in the left field. And Terry's going to come into a 2 RBI single, folks. And the Yankees are just busting this game loose. Sure, Bobby Richardson 3 for 6 today, folks. Getting that average up to about 260 now. Whew. Here's Kubek is 3 for 5 with a double and an RBI. Bobby down at first. And that's an infield hit. And after Ed gets that first strikeout, folks, now they're just blasting him all over the place. That's a slow roller down the first. No problem for Tony to beat that out. So now we got first and second for the big boys. And only 1 out. Rogers 3 for 5 with an RBI. And that is going to be a error on Ed. He can't even help himself out in the field, folks. That's an E1. And that'll load the bases as he can't clean that one field that one cleanly. He doesn't make it worse by throwing it away, but that loads the bases for the Mick, who homered his last time up, folks. He's 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Does Mick have a granny in him? No, he doesn't. That is going to be that's going to be another error, folks. An E4 down at second base. And runners are going to advance 2 bases, folks, on the E4 as he throws that ball away. And this game is ugly for the Senators, folks. So we got first and third, still only 1 out, and the Moose is up now. Sure. And it says 18-0, folks. 18-0, 21 hits. Sure. And here comes the Moose. He's 2 for 4 with 5 RBIs on the day. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He was going for home run number 2, but he missed her. I made a nice gust of wind. And now we got Yogi up. Yogi is 2 for 5 with an RBI. And that'll end the inning, but not until the Yankees score 9, a fly ball to right field, and lead this game 18-0. We got Koo, Johnson, and Coulter due up here in the bottom of the 7th. Marty's 0 for 2. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bobby Richardson at second. Easy play for out number 1. It's been a while since Ralph's been out on the mound, but looks like he's okay. And that brings up Johnson 0 for 2. And that's going to be a base hit after I just said he looked all right in the right field. And Roger gets over, cuts that ball off, keeps Johnson out of single. Here comes Chuck Coulter up now. And Chuck's 1 for 2 today. Let's see if the Yankees can get a double play ball here and get out of this inning, folks. No, because that's going to be an infield hit. Coulter with a nice slow dribbler in front of the plate. And Howard holds on to it. So we got first and second. And only 1 out here for Mr. Daly. Daly's 0 for 2. Fielder's choice and popped up the short. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Yogi's out there today. Makes the catch for out number 2. Here comes Tasby's first at bat. He's coming in for the double switch. Batting .219 on the year, folks. And he gets a hold of this, drives that ball into left field. And that's going to get a run in. And Chuck's going to end up at third. So there goes the shutout, folks. And it's first and third now with 2 outs. And it's an 18-1 game. And the Senators are celebrating being on the board, folks. What just happened there? Undo. So there we go. I should get the run in. And like I say, we got first and third now for Hinton. And he's 1 for 2 with a walk. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. But the Senators get on the board. We go to the top of the 8th, 18-1 New York. We got Yogi, Boyer, Yogi, Howard, and then Boyer. We'll try Howard. We'll get this right. Howard, Boyer, and Terry. Bottom part of the lineup. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That's Howard's second strikeout of the game, folks. 1 down. Brings up Clint Boyer now. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. So Ed's dealing this inning, folks. 2 up and 2 down, both by the way of strikeouts. Can he strike the side out? Here's Ralph Terry. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Easy play for Ed. 1, 2, 3 goes the Yanks. We go to the bottom of the 8th. We got O'Connell. Zipfield in. Woodling do it. Well, Woodling's not in the game no more. It'll be Ed. So here comes Danny O'Connell, 0 for 2. And that's a ground ball down to Boyer for out number 1. Here comes Zipfield up now. And that's going to be a base on balls. Bob trots on down the first. It's 1 out. We'll have a pitch hitter here for Ed. And he's going to come out here and pitch hit. Might be Mr. Long. Long or King? How many catchers do the Senators have? They got 3 catchers on the bench. So they want to go with Long or do they want to go with King? I'll say they'll go with Long. I'll stick with it. So Long's going to come out here and pitch hit. Let's see here. How many outs is there? Cancel this one. So there's 1 out. So if I go with King, he might be able to stay in the game. I think that's what we'll do. We'll go with King. And he might stay in the game and do a double switch. So we'll go with Jim King coming out. The pitch hit with a runner on first and 1 out. Here's the pitch to King from Ralph Terry. And that's just what the doctor ordered, folks. That's a ground ball down to second. Yep, Bobby's up with it. He's going to toss it over to Quebec. Over to first to Scowen, and that's your old 4-6-3 double play. And King is going to stay in the game, I believe. And let's see here if we do a double switch, what we want to do here. Or do we want to do a double switch? Nah, we're not going to do a double switch. King's not going to stay in the game. And let's see here. Who are they going to bring in here to pitch the top of the ninth? And it looks like Garcia is going to come in here and pitch the top of the ninth. And that's not where I want Garcia. Don't want him in the 9-hole. Messing this all up. Messing this all up. Let's try again. And where's Garcia? There he is. And he's coming in the 4-hole. Alrighty. And he'll be facing the top of the order in this 9th inning. You'll have Richardson, Quebec, and Maris. And Bobby 3 for 6 today. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field for out number 1. Brings up Tony Quebec. Like I say, Bobby's got that average up to 258. Quebec up to 285 after a 4 for 6 game. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. And that'll be an easy play for Chuck. That's 2 outs. See if Maris hits one to center field. Gives everybody a shot out there in the outfield. And he gives him a chance, but Marty can't get to it. And that'll be a base hit for Roger. Marty takes it on the bounce. So Roger's aboard, and now he's 4 for 7 today. Here comes the mighty Mick, 2 for 5 with that 3-run homer. And that's going to be a base on balls. They don't want no parts of the Mick. But here comes the man with even more RBIs today and a home run. And that is the Moose with 5 RBIs on the day. But they get him this time, folks, as that's a ground ball down the short. Johnson will go the long way over to first to end the inning, and the Yankees leave 2-1, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. Marty, Rocky, and Chuck do up here as Terry tries to go to distance, folks. Marty Koo is 0 for 3, flown out, grounded out, and popped up. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field just out of the reach of Quebec. So Marty's aboard here in the 9th. That'll bring up Rocky Johnson. And Rocky is 1 for 3 and scored. The only run for him. That's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Rogers got it. 1 down. Here's Chucky. Chucky Coulter's up now. He's 2 for 3, having a good game for him. And guess what, folks? He's going to be 3 for 4. He's about the only Senator having a decent game. That's an infield hit. And all of a sudden, Terry's got men on first and second. And here's Mr. Daly. Can he get a double play ground ball and end this game, folks? Yankees don't really want to use the bullpen. And that's going to be a pass ball or a wild pitch, I believe. That's a pass ball. And Howard can't come up with that. So now we got second and third and 1 out. And of course, the Yankees are going to play back here. Here's the pitch to Daly, the 1-0 pitch. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. All of a sudden, the Senators are making some noise against Ralph here. And that's going to be a base clearing double for Pete Daly, folks, in the right field. And it's a 18-3 game, and they go out to talk to Terry. They don't want him getting hurt in an 18-3 game. And I think that might be it. And I think what they're going to do is bring in Art. Going to bring in Al Downey. Like I say, they don't want Terry getting hurt. So that's going to be it for Ralph. Al Downey's going to try to come in and get the last 2 outs here, folks. Terry can't quite go the distance. So where's Al at? There he is. Alrighty, with one out, a runner down at second. He'll be facing Tasby. See if Al can get out of this inning here. Tasby's 1 for 1 since he's came in the game with an RBI. And that's going to be a base on balls. Not what you want to see here. The Senators trying to make some noise. And here comes Mr. Chuck Hilton up. And Chuck's 1 for 3. And that's what the Yankees are looking for. Outs here. That's a fly ball out to center field. Plenty of room in Griffith Stadium. 2 down. And that brings up Danny Boy O'Connell. And he's 0 for 3 with a walk. And that's a swing and a miss. And that's the way to end the game. Al Downey gets the strikeout. And the game is over. Senators. They didn't give up without a fight. Hey, Bob, how are you? Let's take a look at this box score, folks. Nothing but Yankees. Sure. And let's see the star. I'm sure it'll talk about Scowen's 5 RBIs. Oh, you're welcome, Bernie. Senators had 4 errors. Yankees with 18 runs and still left 14 on. And the 22 hits, folks. Crazy game. Senators didn't show up, that's for sure. Yankees 18 runs, 22 hits and no errors. The Senators 3 runs, 9 hits and 4 errors. Look at that top of the order. Well, the whole order, but that top of the order. 3 for 7, 4 for 7, 4 for 7, 2 for 5, 2 for 6. Everybody but Yogi. Everybody but Boyer had an RBI, folks. And everybody but Boyer scored. Boyer was the one guy that didn't get an RBI or didn't get a run. And everybody got a hit. Everybody got a hit. Yankees were 11 for 24 with runners in scoring position. Mano and Moose both hit their 34th home run of the year. Quebec, Maris, Scowen, and Howard with doubles. Like I say, Mick with 3 RBIs on the day. Yep. And Moose with 5, I believe. The only one that had a decent game, like I say, was old Coulter. He was 3 for 4 today, folks. Senators were 2 for 8. Runners in scoring position. They left 8 men on. Terry couldn't quite go the distance, folks. 8 1/3, 9 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, struck out 3. Al Downing came in, got the last 2 outs with a walk and a strikeout, and Terry's record is now 10-3. Pretty impressive. McCLAIN gets his 13th loss on the year. He's 6-13, 5 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs. 5 of them earned, walked 1, struck out 3, gave up a home run. Gillespie came in and just got lit up. 1 inning, 8 hits, 9 runs, walked 4, gave up a home run. Oh, Ed came in 2 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, only 1 of them earned. Struck out 4. Garcia 1 inning, 1 hit, and 1 walk. Sure. Let's do some fast play here in the American League. You got the Boston Red Sox, Bernie, traveling down to Baltimore to take on the Orioles. And the Orioles shut out the Red Sox, Bernie. Red Sox, no runs on 3 hits and an error. And the Orioles, 2 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. We got that. A's traveling to Chicago to take on the White Sox. Let's see what happens here in the Windy City. Close game. A's 1 run on 6 hits and 1 error. The White Sox 2 runs on 7 hits and no errors. Then we got the Los Angeles Angels traveling to Cleveland to take on the Tribe. And the Angels, 6 runs on 7 hits and 2 runs, and the Indians only 3 runs on 6 hits and 2 errors. And the last game in the American League is the Minnesota Twins traveling the Tigers traveling to Minnesota. See what happens here in Detroit City. And the Tigers beat up on the Twins. 15 runs on 9 hits and no errors. The Twins 7 runs on 13 hits and 3 errors. Take a look at the standings here. Look at the leaderboard. And I'm going to get off of here and get something to eat. And Legend says he's going to be doing a game around 12 o'clock, folks. So hop on over to Legend Sports Universe. Says he's probably going to do a National League game. So the Yankees are 7.5 games up on the Orioles, 8 games up on the Tigers. Chicago White Sox and Minnesota Twins are both 14 games back. Then it drops off with the Angels being 25 games back, the Indians 27, Boston Red Sox 29.5, and then it drops off again with the Senators 36 games back and the A's 39 games back. Jimmy Piersall is leading the league with the Cleveland Indians with a 331 batting average. Oh, spit it out. Roger Maris with his 46 home runs. And look at that. Norm Cash with 112 RBIs. But right behind him is the Moose with 111. Then you got Gentile and Mick tied for third with 104, folks. You got Jim Bunning with a 2.10 ERA with 18 wins. Him and Whitey Ford are tied with wins, folks. And you got Luis with 28 saves on the year. Got Roger Maris leading in the MVP voting. And Whitey Ford and Jim Bunning are tied for the Cy Young right now, folks. Again, I want to thank Bernard Strom Replays for checking in. He says his next game is going to be on Friday, I believe, at 1 o'clock. And you had Robert and here, old Bob. Thanks for coming in. You got Legend Sports Universe, like I say. Check out his channel. He says he's doing a franchise all-star game at 12 o'clock about that, and it's going to be a National League game, so I'm going to get something to eat and sit back and watch that. You had Cleveland baseball fan 879. Check out his channel. He's got the 2007 playoffs, and Hunter was here, folks, and I believe that was everybody. First one in here today was Bernard, and he gets an MV bobblehead that doesn't fit through the door, folks. Oh, MV, we got to get MV back on the YouTube. He just got back from his holiday. Get MV to do some baseball and some cricket. All righty, folks. I'll probably be back on here after Legends Sports Universe does a game, folks. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And on your way out of Griffith Stadium here in DC, hit the bell, the like button, and leave a comment. Until next time, you all have a great day and take care.